Hello there, Stephen. I see you have chosen your project theme. What is it?
Hey, Mr. Liam. My theme is evolution.
That's a fantastic theme to do your project on, Stephen.
Thank you. That is what my outfit is for.
Fantastic. Tell me more about your outfit and project.
My outfit is a caveman. It shows what people used to look like and dress like before our time. It fits into my project of evolution because it shows what the first humans were like compared to what we are like.
But, Stephen, do you know what evolution is exactly?
Evolution is a change, isn't it?
Yes, evolution is a change, but specifically evolution is the theory that groups of organisms have changed over time from their ancestors, due to natural selection.
If evolution is a theory that organisms have changed over time from their ancestors, what is natural selection then?
Well, Stephen, natural selection is the concept where individuals, like finches, can best adapt to their environment, and if they do, they will be able to survive and reproduce. You can remember natural selection as survival of the fittest, but, remember, Stephen, natural selection is just one aspect of evolution.
Oh, now I remember. Finches. What are those?
Finches are the type of birds that Darwin studied in his study of evolution and natural selection.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yes, Darwin studied finches to prove his theory that individuals change over time.
Well, who exactly was Darwin?
Charles Darwin was an English naturalist. As you know, Darwin is best known for his theory that all species have evolved from the same ancestors. Do you know what he called that?
Yes. Natural selection.
Very good, Stephen. Do you know the book he wrote about his theory of evolution and natural selection?
Yes, I do, Mr. Liam. It's on the origin of species.
Fantastic, Stephen. But, evolution, including natural selection, is not just about survival of the fittest. It includes much more.
What else does it include, Mr. Liam?
Within natural selection there is variation, where each individual is different from the next individual.
So, an example would be how I have dark skin and you have light skin.
Yes, but at the same time, we share common things, such as having 2 eyes each.
That's right. We also have 2 feet and 2 hands.
Correct, Stephen. The second part of natural selection is inheritance. A lot of traits, if not most, are heritable. They are passed down from their parents to you, and you will eventually pass them down to your offspring.
Oh, so my parents are both short, so that's why I am short.
Exactly. The third part of natural selection is a high rate of population growth. The population has too many offspring than resources can handle. And the last part is differential reproduction. This where some individuals cannot reproduce to their dullest advantage, while others can pass along the good traits.
Wow! Natural selection includes so many things. And it all has to do with evolution too. That's amazing.
Yes, Stephen. Evolution is a fantastic thing. Otherwise we would not be who we are today.
That's really deep, Mr. Liam. Tell me more about Darwin and his finches.
All right. When Darwin was alive and researching about adaptation and evolution, he visited each of the Galapagos Islands and discovered something incredible.
And what was it that he discovered, Mr. Liam?
Patience, child, patience. Darwin discovered that each of the Galapagos Islands had their own type of finch. Each one was different from the neighboring one. How amazing is that?
That's really something, Mr. Liam. But what was so different about each of the finches then?
Well, you see, the difference is that they adapted to their environments when they migrated to each of the islands. So when the finches migrated, they had to learn to adapt to the environment they had settled into. That way they were able to survive and one day be able to reproduce and have offspring that can tolerate the environment also.
Wow! That's survival of the fittest and natural selection.
Yes, Stephen, it is. It was natural selection at its best.
So, All the finches had different bodies and beaks and such.
Yes, all finches' beaks adapted to their environment in order to eat and survive. Very good observing, Stephen.
Thank you, Mr. Liam. I'm starting to get evolution more now.
It's great that you are learning more and more as this conversation goes on.
I'm glad to learn how all organisms got here. We all evolved to adapt to our environments.
Just remember, Stephen, that evolution is still just a theory, and it's not a fact that we all evolved from a common ancestor.
All right, Mr. Liam. I'll remember that when I'm talking to all my friends about my outfit and project.
So, Stephen, here is a review for you, and you have to be very thorough with your answer, okay?
Okay. I can do this. Bring it on, Mr. Liam.
Okay, here's your review question. How does a peacock having a big tail, a moose having huge horns, and a frog having poison explain how organisms adapt to their environment? I want you to explain this to me, and then you pass your project.
Well, by those animals having what they have, like the moose having huge horns, explains how organisms adapt to their environment by survival of the fittest. The animals have evolved over in order to be able to survive and one day be able to reproduce and have offspring that will have the best genes to also survive. If none of the organisms evolved differently, there would be too much competition and the mortality rate would be very high. Finches are the perfect example because they all migrated to different Galapagos Islands, but as they migrated and reproduced in order to survive in their new environment, their beaks all evolved to eat different foods, such as one becoming smaller over time in order to fit into tighter spaces to eat smaller food. All in all, Mr. Liam, survival is needed in our world, and for all the organisms to survive, they need to adapt to their environment, and nothing explains it better than evolution.
Very well explained, Stephen, very well. You explained evolution and adaptation very well. Great job. You pass your project.
Thank you, Mr. Liam. Thank you.
Next time though, you need to do more research by yourself.
Of course. I will do that.